Did you send me the link?
Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Leave It on the Table. I'm your host, Smurf. I got my other host done by Darlene, and today we got a special guest, one of my friends from my investment group, Alanna. Feel me? And today we got a cool little topic, man. I know it's a topic that a lot of people want to touch on, that a lot of y'all probably out there don't have a lot of information on. I guess I can say that. And we have Alanna here to break it down to y'all as best as possible. But before we get into that, hey, how was y'all weekend?
I had a pretty good weekend. It was real chill. I really just hung out with my son and worked.
Well, that sounds fun.
I seen he what he cooked up.
Oh my God, yeah, he made some homemade chicken linguine. It was good too.
You ate it?
I tasted it. I wanted him to make it at home. I did. I couldn't eat all his food.
Well, that's nice. You got a son. He kicked off Mother's Day early already with the chicken linguine.
Mother's Day's coming up?
It is.
It is.
When is it?
The 8th.
Of what, May?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It's always the second Sunday of May.
Yeah. Okay. Don't worry about it. It's all right.
Nah, I needed it for some new information.
New information?
How was your weekend?
It was fine. I hung out with my daughter. So that was it. She did not cook for me. I cooked for her, I'm sure. Okay. And we probably went out to eat. Just real simple. We enjoyed the weather. And, yeah, that was
How was the weather in the city? I spent my weekend in a yo.
Oh, it was nice this weekend. I want to do a picnic or something one day. Go to the Piedmont or something. Take the kids.
Yeah, that'll be dope.
I spent my birthday. You know, my birthday was on the 20th, so I went to Miami this weekend.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Happy belated.
Oh, man, it was fun, too. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, that's a whole nother show.
Right.
We'll fill in on that later, I guess.
Good time as usual.
As always.
For sure.
How long was you down there?
When I went Friday and just came back last night.
Oh, you was gone for a
Still
good minute.
That ain't long enough. If I ain't had to come shoot this, I still would have been down there.
Right.
For real.
Well, thank you for gracing us.
You feel me?
We appreciate you.
I got some things to do out there.
Okay.
I think I'm about to buy a property out there though.
That's also say business.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, well, that's good.
Airbnbs.
Nice.
Bought me a property out there.
Oh yeah.
So, with that being said, you know, it takes money to fund it to buy property. So this is another way I guess you can make you some money. And a lot of people don't have the information. I know I've been asked, because last time I told, like I said, she in my investment group. So we had a meeting. She came and laced us with a lot of game. And I went back and shared it with some of my friends who into like the Metaverse and want to know what NFTs are, and really didn't have enough information. Well, not to say enough, but trying to get the knowledge on, I guess, YouTube and Google, and it just, I guess, it's just too technical
It's a
for
lot.
some. Yeah, too much to
It's
take
a lot
in.
of information. So if you don't have like the time to like delve all the way in, like I'll say this: I started my journey NFTs in the Metaverse in December
of 20.
last
What's
year.
movie in 2021?
So it was 21. Yeah, December. Literally, I don't even really remember what. I think I just kept hearing NFT. And I said, well, what's that? And this is the thing. I had time on my hands because I wasn't working my regular job. So it was nothing of me to start, fiddling around on this internet.
Facts.
And the more I researched, the more YouTube I watched, the more Twitter. By the way, Twitter, I hadn't used since 2009. All right, I had no idea people were still using Twitter. Like, that's how far away I had got from it.
Before you dive into Elon Musk just bought Twitter.
Elon Musk
was
just
it $4 billion or $40 billion?
$44 billion.
What you think that's going to do to the Twitter platform? Think it'll stay the same? I've been seeing a lot of memes, and it was funny.
You know, Elon, he's a funny guy.
I just seen a lot of memes.
He's a funny guy. He's a forward-thinking guy. I'm not going to lie. The little time from December to now that I've been on it, I've seen his tweets. He has some ideas for making it better, technically, like an edit button and, you know, things like that.
After you post?
Yes. Oh. Which is, everybody has wanted that. But it's like, you know, I don't know. Well, technically, I think he'll give us some good tools for the platform. The other side of it is the whole free speech thing that he's going to be pushing, because that was the idea. You know, some people are banned.
Trump. I mean, I don't want to get too political. I know Trump had got banned for a minute.
Trump had got banned. You know, Ice Cube, I saw a tweet from Ice Cube yesterday that said, oh, my homie Elon, come on and unshadow ban me. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, and that's a big thing. Social media does that. Yeah, all the time. So I think, you know, he's a free-thinking guy. He may give people back the platform. And listen, you got to be using that, you know, accordingly for what it is. For me, when I think of social media, I always talk about, like, curating my experience. For the stuff I want to see, you know, the algorithm will give you a bunch of junk, and then you just have to start being cognizant of what you're clicking on so that you can get the stuff you want in your feed. And when the crap comes up in my feed, I go and blame my friends. I'll be like, girl, this you, ain't it? Ain't this you? I looked at my homeboy. This you looking at all these feet pictures, ain't it?
You didn't know about the last episode. We was talking about.
I didn't know. But that's what I'm saying. You have to curate your experience on these platforms.
I think it's because, well, I know a lot of times it's like what you would search in Google. Mm-hmm. It will pop up on your feed.
That too, for sure. They use that cross.
As long as it's on the same Wi-Fi, like it don't even matter if it's the same device. That's what I guess I kind of because it might be something I look up on my computer and I see it on my phone feed. Right?
Yeah, and if you're signed into your Gmail account or anything like that, it's gonna connect all of that stuff. And hey, they listening too.
That's what I believe. This is
also why you can talk about this black Nike sweatshirt, and then all of a
see
sudden,
a Nike feed.
And you're like, wait a minute,
that's so true.
Yeah, I didn't type that, but you said it, and they're listening. So you got to curate your experiences, and you have to do whatever. So I think Elon, you know, we'll see. I'm a little excited because he is a forward thinker. He is into NFTs and crypto and all of that.
You think that'll make it better for NFT users?
I think it'll bring more awareness to the space, because that's going to be the thing. And we're going to jump in talking about it, just the mainstream adoption of, you know, the metaverse and crypto and NFTs and all of that. Like, it's coming. So
Twitter and the metaverse.
Twitter and the metaverse. Twitter is the main. Here's a piece of alpha. Alpha, by the way, you'll hear that term, and basically it's breaking information or news. You know, alpha. Here's alpha. Twitter is where you start with your NFT journey. Between Twitter and YouTube is where you get the information. Instagram, I think of it more as commercials for NFTs. But a lot, you know, Twitter is where you find a lot of the whales. When you hear the term whale, that's somebody who's big in the space. They hold a lot of a certain asset. You know, millions and billions of dollars of an asset. Those are the crypto whales or the NFT whales. Yeah. Bored Ape yacht holders and owners. There's one guy, I think, who had maybe 10 or 20 of them. He'd be considered a whale. I think there may be even somebody that's holding 100 of them. He'd be considered a whale.
So the information you just showed me, they have. You said it was $139 to buy one of them.
So let's get into it. Bored Ape Yacht Club.
No, we gonna get into. I just want to know this real quick. He got 100 of them.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. So the math.
That number times 100.
Yeah. That we're talking multi-millions and billions of dollars in the space. This is why it's inevitable that it's going to get to mainstream. There's so much money in that space. People are making, in a 24 and 48 hour period, $60-70 million on an NFT drop. You know what I mean? Meaning people are not being stingy with their monies in the space. You know? So it's
60 million in 6 hours.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like you can't ignore the volume that some of these projects are doing. It's money in the space. People are bullish. When you hear that term, they same as the stock market, bullish, bearish. They're going for it. You know, it's they believe in it deeply. They're gonna put their money and their assets behind it. So, hey, NFTs.
So for those who don't know what an NFT is, can you,
Yes.
for one, what does an NFT stand for?
NFT stands for non-fungible token.
Okay.
It sounds funny. I did not even know what that meant. Like fungible, like meaning can't be exchanged for something else. Like, so like an asset. I like to think of it as like limited digital asset. Instead of saying NFT, like, because that's, you know, whatever, but just think of it as a limited digital asset or a digital asset that there's only so many of. And then
commodity, like.
yes,
Okay.
a commodity, and then there's value put behind it. If we had to break it down even more, you can look at NFTs as shares of a project. So Bored Apes, that came out like 1 year ago. And honestly, I don't even know what the roadmap or the plan for the company was. Some of this, because we're talking about this in a decentralized space, and decentralized means not owned by one entity. It means everybody can own, you know,
A piece of
this. So when we talk about it being in that space, I don't know what the roadmap was. I think the plan was to create these funny characters. So that was giving them an icon or you know, some brand recognition, and then they would say, we're gonna just create this brand, this name, and we're gonna make it huge. And whatever that looked like in their roadmap or what the plan was, I know they talked merchandise. So they talked clothing, and they talked, you know, I saw they released some figurines, so they did toys. I showed you the restaurant. The guy has now capitalized off a restaurant with it. The crazy thing, the very special thing about it is, if you own a Bored Ape, you really own it. Meaning, Yuga Labs, who created the project, they made it popular, but you get to capitalize because you bought into the brand. So now you can take your apes and you can create a whole clothing line behind it. You can create a restaurant like the guy did in Long Beach. You can, you know, have in real life events where your ape, and this is happening, they have real life events where your ape is your entry. You know, instead of a ticket fare or any of that, you show your ape, oh, come right in. You know, membership, you know, exclusivity.
Yeah, and that's what I look at it as, like, I guess, exclusive society or like.
Yeah, for sure. People love, like, exclusivity.
Yeah.
They love clubs, memberships. They love all of that. They love the idea of that. And that's something that NFTs, you know, brings to the forefront. And they are tradable assets. So you then start thinking about them like back in the day, the basketball cards, the baseball cards, or even right now, StockX with tennis shoes and all of that.
Right.
So what happens with a Jordan drop? A Jordan drop comes out, the line goes around the corner. It's let's say it's 1,000 pairs, probably more, but it's 5,000 people in line. Only 1,000 people are getting those. So what's going to happen? That shoe that's $150. I go in, I buy 2 pair, you go in, you buy 2 pair, you go in, and then we come out and we look at all the line and say, oh, you want a pair? Mm-hmm. But guess what now? Is it $150 anymore? Why? Because the scarcity of it. So just bring that idea into NFTs. Limited digital assets or non-fungible tokens that there are only a certain amount of with a certain, you know, pricing, and then boom, we go. This is why every industry will capitalize off of it eventually. Right now, the music space, the film space, is being taken over by NFT projects because people are now using NFTs as a way of fundraising and making money to bring their ideas.
Is it kind of like
life.
GoFundMe? In a sense,
In a sense.
for like
Yeah, that's centralized. The difference that I see right away is, with the GoFundMes or the even Kickstarters and stuff like that, like there's a lot of rules behind it. There's not as many rules behind it, and there's then not that percentage that Kickstarter or GoFundMe is taking. And then the community is very involved.
Right.
So they're constantly getting the community's input for the project. Whereas on those other platforms, you may or may not, they'll outline and tell you, if you give $15, then you get a T-shirt. And good riddance. We'll do whatever we want after that with the project.
With the money, yeah.
Because I've given the projects, and I don't even know if the project came out anymore. I don't know nothing about it. It's like, did it happen or what happened to my money? But hey, I wanted to give, so I gave, and that's what it is.
So Darlene is starting a business. We're looking to start.
Can y'all throw the clap hands in, or we got the clap sound? What? Come on, Darlene.
So how can she start a business and get the NFTs to fund? You know what I mean?
What kind of business are you starting?
Well, I already have a business. I'm just kind of like I'm branching another business to it. But I have a hair business.
Okay.
I do hair.
Okay.
It already, I guess you could say it's already up and running, but I wanted to start my own, my name, Done by Darlene, right?
I like
my
it.
hair business is not under my
Okay.
Done by Darlene.
Okay.
So Done by Darlene, I want to come out with products.
Okay. Okay. Products, merchandise.
Merchandise,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say equipment, but merchandise.
That'd be hard too, though.
No, tools too, because I can
tools?
see
I
my
want tools.
Done by Darlene. Flat
irons.
Now,
Well, I really want to do curling irons, but I don't want to go too much.
You should do the whole chair, like the shampoo bowl, like the whole chair and all that.
Yeah. Well, I'm
further,
further. But my small term goal for that is I want to do products. I want to do shampoo and conditioner, not just hair oils, but I wanted to go into the shampoo, the conditioner.
Okay.
Merchandise and equipment wise, I didn't want to do flat irons. I wanted to do actually like a ceramic curling iron instead of the usual flat irons. I just wanted to kind of go the same route but take a different route, if you get what I'm saying, because everyone is doing the flat irons, everyone's doing the hair oils and things like that. So I was like, maybe I could just do something else in that field, maybe.
So I'm coming up with a lot of things in my mind. First of all, I love the brand name, Done by Darlene. I love the alliteration of it. Nobody's going to forget that.
Right.
DBD, Done by Darlene. When you partner with an artist, they're going to give you a very cool graphic, and that's going to be everywhere. That's on hats, that's on T-shirts.
Oh, you already got the logo.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you got to show it to me. And so you taking that. So now, basically right now, what you just did was a pitch.
Okay.
We're investors. Like, this was like Shark Tank or whatever, and you just told us Done by Darlene. So now, we know the hair business, multi-billion-dollar business. We know products and brands. That's how stylists ascend just their regular, pricing of the hairdo. Right. You have to have those products and things like that. So now our wheels are spinning, and we're like, I like Done by Darlene. Do you want to buy into Done by Darlene? You want to donate? How do we? Let's see what we can do. Darlene then says, I'm going to create an NFT collection, which means you're going to put the idea on the blockchain. The blockchain essentially is this open ledger of accounts or transactions, all right? So this is what's keeping you safe without going and getting, a bunch of attorneys or lawyers or bankers to set this up. You will partner with a blockchain engineer, probably an artist, and then you'll come up with, and it can literally be what your logo is now. That could be your artwork, and that could be in different colors. Okay, so now we've got art. You're gonna offer shares or a limited amount of these NFTs to buy into your company. We already think it's a good idea. We know you're going to sell shampoo and conditioner. We want a piece of the sales. So we're on the ground floor of Done by Darlene. And so let's say 1,000 NFTs. You're offering 1,000 shares. Y'all, we about to
And
start
the
talking
NFTs
numbers.
is just her a logo in different colors, right?
It could just be the artwork. What I found in this business, sometimes the art is it.
Facts.
Because remember, art appreciates, you know? And so sometimes the art is just it. Just as you saw it and it spoke to you and you wanted to spend $1,000, spend it. That's the feeling. You're paying for the feeling and the emotion behind that art. So a lot of it is just that. Sometimes it won't have utility or the added perk behind it. That's what the utility would be. So, but let's say with you, you've got your...
Okay, I get you.
Yeah. So that's that. So some projects are just art projects.
All right, let me tell this for the added. Well, I don't know if you catch it, like the added part, like Bored Ape. I don't know if you heard of Bored Ape. That's an NFT. Justin Bieber just paid $1.5 million for one of them. But that give you like, it's kind of like a membership. So say you sold one of your NFTs, and one of the perks would be you'll get a bundle or something if you buy this, or you know what I mean, just something that you, or you might just get a free comb.
So it's like a perk. You gotta have a perk with it.
Well,
that's what she just said. Sometimes it's just the art. You don't even need the perk.
And sometimes it's just the buying in. We might just be captivated by your beautiful smile, and we want to buy into Darlene's brand. Or you could say, listen, you guys, I'm going to roll out my brand, my merchandise, and my products. I want you guys to pay $500 for the NFT. The $500 price is what it is, and now you have 1,000 of them. So 500 times 1,000. Kids at home, how much is that? Let's do our math. That's
500 times 1,000.
That's $500,000. That's $500,000, Darlene. Can you start your business with that amount of money? Okay. So now listen. So you have broken down to us what you want to do. You say you don't want to do the run-of-the-mill flat iron and this and that. You want a ceramic curling iron. That's already something of more value you're giving. We're investors. We're listening to things like that. That would be what you call your roadmap. Okay. Or your business plan. That's what they call it in Web 2. Like in the olden days, your business plan. The better that sounds to your investors, the quicker and easier we're buying in. Now, the beautiful thing about the blockchain and NFTs, so you have your 500 collection, I mean your 1,000 collection, your price was at 500. Let's say you sold out all 1,000 because you've gotten 1,000 people who believe in the brand, and you've told them, hey, you're gonna help me bring this to market. All of my investors will get a gift basket. That's a utility or perk. All of you who are in my area or willing to travel will get one free hairstyle, one lifetime free hairstyle, whatever, by appointment and subject to change, or whatever. These are the things that you could offer to make it more, I gotta have it. I want to go into Darlene's business with her. And then at the end of it all, you could say, you know what? I'm gonna say that every year, annually of my sales, I'm gonna give 5% back to the community who helped me fund it. So, and you'll have a community wallet. You guys, there's the community there that can help make decisions about, okay, well, you have a shampoo and conditioner. Darlene, we're going to suggest, because you can open up a suggestion box to the community. Maybe you want to do a detangling mousse or something. And then you'll think about it and say, okay, you get enough votes. They're helping you to come up with things that maybe you come up with or maybe not. But you have the idea and the vision. We're buying into it through NFTs, okay? And then when I say, well, I helped Darlene, I gave her the $500, I want to sell it now. Now, this is after, let's say this is after your shampoo conditioner drop. Right. Everybody believes in you now, Darlene, because you made good on one of your promises. You brought shampoo and conditioner to the market with the help of the community. Your $500 NFT now is worth $700 now, because it's value there. You promised the community you do this and this and this, and you're making good on your promises. I hold your NFT. I can say, hey, Darlene's making good on her promises. Come get some of this money. I'll sell her NFT to you for $700 now. And I make money, and you'll make a percentage, whatever you decided, maybe 5% of the creator fee for life. You get what I'm saying? A new way.
And it resells like the Jordans.
It resell. Because it's only 1,000 of them. These are the
NFTs
things.
is on a website. 'Cause
It's
I've always
blockchain.
heard about NFTs, and it's just, I'm not gonna lie, it was just like
overwhelming.
Japanese. Yes, it was just so much. Like when I heard about crypto, it was like,
Yes. And it's on the same, crypto and NFTs are on the same, live on that same blockchain idea, or this open ledger of transactions. I told you I was going to start ranting and going on. Darlene is like, oh, I'm going to do an NFT collection. Girl, what's an NFT?
no, for real. I'm like,
But breaking it down to you, essentially, in your case, it shares to your company.
okay.
And that's what it is in all of these projects. It's shares of your idea, and they're helping fund the vision that you have.
How much money do you need to start
To start the collection? That's a great question. That is a very good question. It depends. I've heard 40,000, 50,000. I've heard 5,000. I've heard 2,000. I think it's at the very basic need. You're going to need a social media, Twitter, that's free. Maybe a little Instagram, that's free. You'll need a website. So if you know somebody who can build you a beautiful,
Don't
website.
I did, but it wasn't what I wanted.
So basically, let's say you just have.
I have a booking link, but the website I had, I didn't. The guy who created it, I felt like he kind of put a rush on it, and I really feel like I wasted a lot of money
To
trying
do
to
that,
do it.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to throw any hard figures out, because hey, you may have friends in high places.
I was just about to say,
that'll-
from
yeah.
what was explained to me, it seems like if you don't have the platform or have that following, that's where the money comes involved. But if you do have like a following and people that believe in you, you just throw the idea out there.
Well, true,
and
true
they'll
that.
fund it.
True, that's true. Marketing is always going to be. You're always going to need some type of marketing.
Right.
So, can you save money in marketing when you already have that fan base? Yeah, because I mean, all you got to do is announce it, and then they're like, "Oh, we're down with it." But the first thing you got to do in that space is find out who in that space even understands the NFT or how to purchase. So a little bit of learning curve or education to your fans will be helpful in helping them adopt that. But yeah, you're right. If you've got that following, maybe you don't need as much up front. I mean,
I think I'll just sell the perks.
you can sell you. Eventually, like in every NFT project is going to be different. And by the way, there are hundreds of them that roll out every day. You have to do your own research. At the end of the day, like, align with brands and visions and people that align with you. You know what I mean? If you're a creative person and you just want to support an artist because you're an artist, just support an artist, buy an NFT. If you're a business person and you are looking for perks, get behind Done by Darlene. She has a business plan and idea to bring products to the market. Essentially, I mean, the NFT, it opens up so many like possibilities. Like, it's something for everybody in the space. Like I told you, music, oh God. Music is going to be...
You told me you bought into Nas. Nas had a song.
Nas rolled out an NFT project with Royal Limited Digital Assets. They're a company that's decentralized in the music business. They're bringing artists right to their fans and allowing them to buy into their drops of music, their singles or whatever. Imagine that, y'all. Listen to what I'm saying. Nas, one of the greatest rappers of our time. He put out 2 songs, one called Rare and one called Ultra Black. And basically there were like 3 tiers of each drop, meaning like there was a $99 drop, I think a $500 drop, and like maybe like a $10,000 drop. So again, something for everybody. Those who want to spend a little more had that $10,000, or you had the $500, or you had the $100. And each tier allowed you to essentially buy into a percentage of his streams. So if you were lucky enough to mint the NFT, which I was, you would then buy into a percentage of the stream of the song that I have is Rare. So the perk or the utility behind it was, he said, I'm going to share this with my dear fans. 50% of my streaming royalty I will split amongst the community. That's unheard of. You know what I mean? Unheard of. What labels? They're not doing that.
As far as music, it's kind of like similar to stocks, like a company with stocks.
Yeah, and listen, why not give back to the ones who are really supporting you?
Right.
That's what this is all about. NFTs, the blockchain, making it possible to get involved with things that you want to support, you know what I mean? And that are dear to you. And in the flip of that is, if I'm an artist, you know, which I am, I've put out music, and now I'm like, oh shoot, if I needed money to like fund a video, I'd get on the internet right now with the day and age of NFTs, and I'd say to my fans, hey, you guys, I want to make a video. If I sell this NFT, $50 a piece, you know, 500 of them, you know, that's enough to pay my cameraman for the video or whatever. And you guys, once it's on YouTube, you know, we'll all split the proceeds together. It's a no-brainer, right?
Right.
Essentially, you're getting paid to listen to music. When has that ever been a thing? Because that's the thing. Now, if Nas is offering 50% of his streaming royalties, what I'm about to go do with that song? Stream it to all y'all. You know what I mean? Like, and to make the royalties essentially go up and then get split amongst the community. And even, you know, some of the people were like, oh, how much could it really be? And I mean, we know that songwriters and producers are struggling with streams because they don't pay, you know, as they should, you know. But when do you get paid to listen to music? Music is so great. We listen to it for free. You know what I mean? We have to have music. We have to. That's the other thing. You don't want anything, like music can never die out. It can never die out. The world, we can't have a world without music. None of us want to be here without that. So that's something, you know, as creators and listeners of music, we're going to keep getting behind something like that. So these music drops, these artists, the blockchain, NFTs, look what it's making possible for it to do, especially independent artists. They don't have anybody to answer to. They can, their masters and royalties, they own all that. So they can say, I'll share this with you, Darlene. I'll share this with you, Alanna. Smurf, I'll give you a piece. And why not? We're the ones supporting the career. We're the ones screaming at the concerts. We should be the ones that are, you know, you know, and this is what it's going to do for music. If Drake, if Adele, if Beyonce, y'all, Drake, Adele, Beyonce, I know y'all listen to this podcast. I mean, they know what will happen if they drop an NFT song. Come on, you guys.
Seen Tory Lanez dropped the whole album.
See, Tory Lanez did it. And even Tory Lanez, who's like independent artist with his following, look what
one of my homeboys just bought it just to buy it. He don't even really listen to Tory Lanez.
He wanted to be part of history, you know, to where we are one touch to our fans. You know, one touch to our fans. Well, the internet did that, giving us one touch to our fans. But now the NFTs and the blockchain make it possible for the smart contract to say, I can share my royalties with my fans. Unheard of, historical times. And it's only going to take, I mean, Justin Bieber's already given the concerts in the Metaverse. Travis Scott. Like, it's already, music, Web3 music is a very big deal. I'm part of a community called Chill RX, which is a decentralized music label. Sydney Swift is the founder. And, I mean, what he's building, insane. A decentralized record label in which the community is building the songs. Can you break that down, the music,
decentralized record label?
Yeah, away from the big business of it all, owned by me, owner of the NFT. I own the NFT, so I'm owner in that label. You know, Universal Warner, they don't. That's not how that system operates. Yeah. So when we say decentralized, we just mean away from big business, owned by more than one person, voted on by more than one. You know, in the big,
like a community.
Because with corporate, it's the board. Yeah. And it's 10, 15 people on the board, and they're going to make that final decision. Well, imagine if you're on the board, or if you're on the board, then your vote is counting towards what we actually do. And so we've put out a single called Charger with an artist called, I think his name is, dang, let me look it up.
Is a community limited to a certain amount of people?
It is, and that's based on how many NFTs are rolled out. So the biggest number I've seen, 10,000 is usually like the biggest number that they'll offer. I've seen as little as 5, or there's even been one of ones where there's literally one, and usually those are sold at like auction because it's so rare. So who wants to put in, those auctions start, even pretty. Beeple, $69 million. If y'all ever heard this, a digital artist named Beeple. He was like one of the first to make that amount of money in like 5 minutes off his auction, off his digital art. $69 million. Somebody believed in that. This is why Sotheby's and all that, they're involved now. They can't let that kind of money be shuffling around. Like I said, it's in this. The money is in the space, and so it's gonna become mainstream because people are getting behind it, and they're seeing the possibilities of it. Darlene can start her collection now based upon NFTs. Darlene, you don't have to go the old way of things and go to the bank and let them check in your credit. You can be as simply as doxed. When you see doxed means you have exposed yourself to who you are. So you've gone on the web and said, I am Darlene, I own Done by Darlene, and I want to give you guys the opportunity to buy into my collection.
So let me say this. All right, so she can go on Instagram, say I'm Done by Darlene, I'm about to make a new comb, ceramic or whatever the case may be. I'm only letting about 50 people buy into this.
And she can get with engineers, blockchain, create the smart contract that's going to spell everything out and create this collection. And
then she'll sell that NFT for like, it's just like $200.
Yeah, whatever.
Per times 50, you know what I'm saying? And that will help fund her to make
and those proceeds are then used to
make
your prototype or whatever. And you're sharing with your community who supports you.
Out of these 50, I'll give you 5% off the sales or 2%, whatever the percentage is
she comes up
for
with,
the sales that I make off this.
And then you're also sharing the journey of it all. You guys, thank you so much. My collection sold out. Now I've started working with a digital artist. He's going to make renderings of the comb how I want it. By the way, I'll put some sneak peek pictures in our, Twitter chat or whatever. You're sharing the experience of building something with people. That's huge. That's huge. People love to be involved and a part. Community. The biggest thing, like I was telling you before we started, the biggest thing in NFT is community. That's the biggest thing in NFT. That's what the invaluable thing is. You've got all these like minds coming together to create this vision. The Bored Apes. And you know what? Sometimes the vision isn't even all the way tweaked or like it may be, okay, we want to raise funds, and then that's really it. And then it's like, okay, you guys, we actually raised the funds. What should we do now with the proceeds? The community can tell you, all right, this is what we want. We want you guys to start marketing and letting everybody know about us. We want merchandise. We want, a small percentage to go back into a community wallet where we can host an annual party every year and it be the biggest party ever. Endless possibilities, whatever. It's the community that's going to make or break your project. So that's the first thing really you want to, if you're considering creating an NFT project or if you're considering buying into an NFT project, do your research just on the community. Just, who are the people that, are involved, maybe their backgrounds or what they stand for and what they are bringing to the table. If they have, this awesome idea and you really want to be a part of it, hey.
For help funding.
Yeah, get in.
So for those who, like I said, I'm just going to use Darlene's scenario because I feel like it's kind of easier to
happening. It's happening.
It's easier, you know what I'm saying? For those who get their hair done now from Darlene, her service, and she says, "Hey, I'm stunning." It's kind of, that's why I say it's similar to like a GoFundMe, but kind of not.
It's similar.
But if she says like, "Hey, I'm making this comb," my clients who like my service, I'm giving y'all only 50 clients to buy into this. You get a percentage of the sales once I make it. How would they go about buying that as an NFT? Is a certain website they'll have to go to?
That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah, there's steps, but don't worry. We're going to educate Darlene's clients on how to do this. That's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to educate everybody in how to do it. In order to start your NFT journey, you want to have a wallet, digital wallet similar to like the wallet you carry now with all of your, personal stuff and important.
And that's like an app you can get in the app store. Right?
MetaMask is the most popular wallet, and it's a crypto wallet. You can they have cold wallets, which is the hard copy. It almost looks like a USB. And then you have the app on your phone or on your Chrome browser that you can download. And it's simply, it's an app. Anybody can create it. It's free to create. The most important thing that you need to remember when you're creating your MetaMask wallet or your blockchain wallet, you want to, there's going to be seed phrase when you're setting it up.
What's that?
That's like a password.
Okay.
But it's 12 to 24 words strung together. You can never share that with anybody, and also you can never lose it. So you have to have that in a very safe space, because that's how you move your wallet around. If you say you want to sign into your wallet on your browser, you're going to need that seed phrase, which is why it's just like your ATM pin.
Okay.
You do not go around sharing that, so you definitely don't go around sharing that. So that's the first thing you want to do. You want to get your wallet set up. Very easy process. If we have time later, we can just go through it. Just your name, they'll ask for information. But once there, then you want to get some assets in your wallet. Mainly Ethereum is the most popular, but there's several. There's Solana. There's the Polygon chain. That's where the crypto aspect of it comes in, because on the blockchain, it's different than our dollars.
So how would one go about loading money onto it? You can do it through. Yeah,
you can do it through, if you have
with your debit card through
Coin.
the app.
They're making it very easy now. You can do Coinbase.
I seen Cash App had it where you can buy.
Yeah, all of those will allow you to take monies, and you don't have to. Right now, a Ethereum. Let me see how much that is. What did we say earlier? $2,831 is one Ethereum. So that would be one ETH. Okay? You can buy pieces of that. You can buy $50 worth. You can buy $100 worth, $500 worth.
A fraction of one.
You can buy a fraction. And now the other thing that you have to think about when you're buying in on these are the transaction, or what they call gas fees, when you're moving your money around. That's a whole different conversation, but it's very important because sometimes the gas fees are very high. So you want to be doing transactions at certain parts of the day and things like that. It's the blockchain back end working. So those transaction fees are being paid to people who are computing and verifying these transactions. So you can't get it. It's kind of like tax. You can't get around it now. They are doing some things to help ease those transaction fees. Ethereum 2 and all of that eventually rolls out. But the value of it is you get over the gas fees eventually, because what it allows you to do is much bigger than that. And then there are other coins. Like if you did want to do like Solana, they don't have all of those gas fees, or Polygon Matic, they don't have all those fees. So there's other ways around it, and you can research what would be the best way or how you want to roll out your project. But we have gotten very advanced in the conversation right now.
Yes, oh my God.
We've gotten advanced. Okay, if you're listening, let's rewind. What is an NFT?
Yes, oh my God.
An NFT is a non-fungible token.
They probably feel like how I was feeling before.
No.
But now you broke it down a little bit better for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I do, but I'm saying for people who have you only hear it when people like NFT,
yes,
and crypto, you just like, what?
Yeah.
Metaverse.
And and see, this is the thing. It's so easy. That's why I was so like nervous to have this conversation, because I was like, oh my God, they want me to talk about this. We can go on for hours and hours.
For sure.
You
now,
know?
once you first explained it in the meeting, like, I kind of get like the idea of it. It's still bits and parts and pieces that, you know what I mean, I would definitely have to do research. But as far as like in general, I kind of got the concept of it.
I'm glad that
and then my wheel just started rolling. Like, it's so many possibilities to it.
That's when I know that I've kind of explained it good, because your wheels start turning.
Equivalent to the shirts.
Yes.
And so that's
your wheels start turning.
Cool.
And if your wheels start turning, you're in the right direction. Because I'm telling you, that's what happened to me.
Okay.
I sat down, I watched some videos, I read some articles, and man, my wheels started turning. Because it was like, wait a minute. This is crazy. The possibilities are kind of like, it was overwhelming to think of all the things that you could potentially do with the blockchain, with NFTs. And we haven't even talked about the Metaverse. But it's so you're in the right place where if your wheels are spinning and you're
just see how I will finagle it or go about doing it. Basically, to me, correct me if I'm wrong. All right, I have, you know what I mean, my T-shirts, Yachts and Caviar. I sew these shirts myself. So I can make artwork with my logo, whatever, tell the platform. You know what I mean? You got a platform. I'm starting the NFT. It will be the artwork. If you purchase this for X amount of dollars, you might get exclusive. When I release new shirts, you'll be the first to purchase. Or whatever perk I want to give you, you'll be the first to purchase.
Yeah, that's definitely a utility.
Company goes up, like you can sell your perk to purchase it to, you know what I'm saying?
Exclusivity, membership, subscription, all of that. And then another huge thing for you as a designer is the digital wearable.
Facts. Yeah, we're gonna get it.
And that's Metaverse, but that's a huge thing for you as a clothing designer. That's gonna be huge in the Metaverse and in the world of NFTs. Yeah, y'all, this is it gets pretty deep when we start talking NFT, the blockchain, crypto, and all of that. It's literally like a whole new world of thinking and business, finance, everything. But it's definitely going to be mainstream. We're going to have these conversations more and more and more and more. We're going to be recruiting more people. And I don't even want to say recruiting, like we're educating more people as to what this is and how it helps them. I was eavesdropping on this couple today who was at a cafe I was eating at, and they were meeting with their financial advisor. And here I'm almost like sliding off my chair listening, and he's talking about the S&P and Tesla and Apple and just the regular stock. He never, of course, mentioned crypto or NFTs or the Metaverse. And I said, man, 5 years from now, I'll be in this cafe. I'll be listening to an investor talk to his clients, and he'll be talking about that stuff. Right. He'll be talking crypto, and he'll be talking NFT and things like that.
Thing that got me intrigued, you had the story with them kids made what, like 70 million?
Yeah. Oh, Pixelmon. Pixelmon.
That's all I need to hear to get me into
the play to earn and the video gaming aspect of NFTs. Forget about it. It's huge. Like, and people are buying into that. The money that's in the space. All I keep telling you is the money that's in the space is huge. But yeah, they made all that money based upon they're building out, the virtual world and play to earn video games and things like that. We're going to get to a point where we're already there. Some people are making a living playing video games and things like that. Right. It'll be even more mainstream now, where you can, load up your favorite video game and it'll have an game token or asset or something that you can sit there and earn and play. Like that'll be the norm, soon enough. The possibilities of the gaming aspect of it is, man, Bored Ape, they're getting ready to roll out their Metaverse and their gaming and their, movies, and it's a brand.
I see it coming. I just told you, I just seen an EDM concert supposed to be going on in Atlanta. I think it's like in Stone Mountain, and the tickets are sold as NFTs.
Yeah, they're gonna put one in your hand. AMC rolled out some. If you
the movie
Spider-Man, if you pre-ordered a ticket to Spider-Man, you got an NFT. If you pre-ordered a ticket to Batman, you got an NFT.
That's just solely for AMC or Marvel, or
it was like a collab between like Sony and AMC, and,
okay.
and yeah. So it was like the mainstream adoption of it is coming. They just have to piecemeal it. It's a lot of information. No, we can't, I try not to scare people off with just all the information. It is, you can have the fundamentals of it and just the simplicity of it, and start and build from there. But it's going to be, mainstream, just like the QR code. Mm-hmm. Everything's online now. We're off of, you at the grocery store, you at the regular store, what are they asking? You want an email receipt or you want your regular receipt? It soon, the paper receipt, that's obsolete. Everything is going to be here on the phone, and then, your receipt will eventually hold more value. I throw all my receipts away. Tax purposes, oh my God. Yeah,
it's so bad.
But now imagine, it got better when it went digital, but then imagine if you were to hold on to your receipt, and your receipt 3 months from now, just because you had it in your email wallet or whatever, said, 50% off your next purchase now, because you held your receipt for that long, as an NFT in your wallet or whatever. Imagine, the possibilities that people could offer. Or imagine if like a new product, Maji water is going to get stocked at Kroger or Walmart. Okay, and let's say down the line you bought a Maji water, and on your receipt at the bottom of it, it tracked that you bought the Maji water. 3 months from now, you keep that receipt, and boom, now a new flavor rolls out. You get one for free. They're mailing it to you. They're asking for your information, or whatever the case may be. Just the value that can be added now because of the blockchain, because of NFTs, because of those smart contracts. I mean, those smart contracts, it's kind of like a set it and forget it type deal. You write in, what you want to happen. The blockchain.
In the future?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the blockchain makes it happen, and then boom, you keep going. And nobody can come in and change and erase or whatever. That's the beauty of the blockchain. Sometimes people can get to tampering with centralized assets. Right. They can go in there and delete a line and add a line, and you can't do that with the blockchain.
So that's for the smart contract.
Yes. Yeah.
So I hear y'all say that in a meeting. Mm-hmm. I ain't really know too much
the
about
smart contract, it has to
like
do
you
with
just really can't edit it.
Listen, we're talking developer talk. I've nerded out a lot, and it's so much still I don't know. I've kind of skimmed the surface on everything, but yeah, the smart contract is just basically all of the coding and the wording for what you want to offer, or what the basis of it will be. So that's what it is, and it's on the blockchain, and so it's not, you can't mess with it. There was just a situation over the weekend where it kind of came back to like bite them, because this NFT drop lost like $34 million inside of their inside of the contract. There was like coding that it didn't, something about refunds, and they couldn't give refunds. So every time they would try to generate the refund, it just would lock the funds away. And that's because it was written in the contract. And nobody can go in and fix it. I'm sure they're figuring something out now, but yeah, man, the smart contracts, that's the beauty of it. The tampering, all of that's just not there. You said
basically
it, you forget
it's set in stone.
Yeah, and
how does NFT different from the Metaverse? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people think that's one and the same.
It's two totally different things. The Metaverse, aka virtual world, is a place where you will have usage of your NFTs. So let's say the Metaverse is a door and the NFT is a key
to get in it.
Yeah, that's
you don't necessarily need an NFT to be in the Metaverse.
You don't, but there will be usage for your NFTs in these metaverses.
So you'll get perks in the Metaverse if you had an NFT?
With certain NFTs, yeah. Okay. And as it's built out, it just depends. Like I said, Metaverse is just a virtual world. We can look at it as like the internet, and there's different versions of internet. I mean, there was AOL, and then there was Xfinity and Comcast and AT&T all offer internet.
Right.
So all these companies can offer metaverse experiences. So we have Decentraland, we have the Sandbox, we have Horizon Worlds, which is Meta or Facebook's version. And as we roll things out, people, you can create a metaverse. I can create a metaverse. You know, it's virtual world. You know what I mean? So that's what that means. And then there will be usage for your NFTs inside the metaverse. One thing that I'm seeing now a lot of is like artists, digital artists. They create and they simply display their artwork or NFTs in the metaverse, like, you know, a museum.
Right. So
they build out, you know, these virtual walls or whatever, and they add their, you know, they hang their NFTs there. In-game assets, digital wearables, all of that will be, you know, a part of the metaverse. But they're not the same, but they work together.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you, because I'm definitely thinking about, you had me thinking about putting...
Oh, your digital
design,
wearables.
yeah,
you definitely got to do that. Anybody who's in that space of designing and clothing, you got to get into that digital wearable world, because that's going to be like a huge, huge, huge thing. Customization of clothing. You know, the big brands are in there. The Nike.
Yeah, I just seen
there.
Louis
Louis in there.
Just got in
Dolce
there.
is in
Burberry
there.
just got in there.
Diesel is in there.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, it's going to be the way that, you know, when you're talking metaverse and avatars, it's going to be part of the customization. You know, you got people now with style. You don't want to lose your style because you go into the metaverse.
Right.
In fact, your style should get even crazier.
Yeah.
Because the possibilities are endless in there. So digital wearables are definitely going to be a thing. Decentraland they offer, like, you know, all kind of digital wearables that you can create and purchase and things like that. OpenSea, we haven't talked about yet, but OpenSea is the biggest marketplace for secondary sales of NFTs. So, for instance, you didn't get the Jordan at the store. Right, StockX. So like OpenSea is like the StockX of NFTs, and now looks rare. There's Coinbase just rolled out their version of an NFT marketplace. We're going to see hundreds of them, just like we see hundreds of shoe stores.
Right.
We're going to see hundreds of marketplaces. Each one will add, you know, a perk or something to get, you know, people in there. But, you know, it's like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. Also, burgers. It's just what flavor do you want or whatever. So these NFT marketplaces, it'll be like that. And then, you know, it'll be, you know, once the mainstream adoption of it comes, we're going to need all of these other places. OpenSea can't handle all of that volume. So definitely NFT marketplaces or secondary markets will be, you know, a thing that we see a lot more of. But man, you got me on here talking about this is crazy, yo. I mean,
now I'm trying to inform. It's a lot of people who interested in it, just really don't know how it operates.
This is crazy. This is insane. Thank you for having me on here, just to even like talk about the whole idea of it. And if anybody, and like I said, it's gonna be people who watch and just be like, man, I don't know what that lady's talking about. Right. But I tell all my friends, don't rush. You ain't got to rush. You know, it's going to be happening. It's going to be happening like cell phones happen. It's going to be happening like the internet happens.
It's coming.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to break it down in layman's terms for them. So they can, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Get
NFT,
in the simplest.
non-fungible tokens or limited digital assets, essentially shares of a company or a DAO or decentralized autonomous organization. Another is fancy word for company. But, you know, those words, company, corporate, that's centralized language. We're taking it off of centralized language and taking it decentralized, meaning we can all have a part of it. It doesn't have to just be,
the
this
corporate,
one side,
the board,
right?
Yeah, the board.
And this is
the
why
community can have a part into it.
Yeah, it's a disruptive idea if you want to think of it that way.
For the the corporate people.
Yes, yeah. But it's just one that's gonna
Now
it's
that I
inevitable
think
to
about
come.
it, it's R.P. Nipsey, but it's a skit in one of his mixtapes, and he said it was like it's gonna come a point in time where these big corporations gonna crumble, and it's gonna be the people gonna really have control of what's going on.
A word.
He literally said it. I'm gonna bring it up, but he said it's gonna be a point in time where these big corporations are gonna crumble, bro.
Well, Nipsey was a visionary, and he was very above his time. When he was selling his mixtape for $100,
I was just about to incorporate that today. Like that's kind of the same thing.
It was essentially NFT.
Yeah.
Like,
but he named it as the proud to pay. But that's you know what I mean. If you support it, you'll pay with you know what
exactly.
I mean. You're gonna pay to be a part
that
of
was
it.
an early adoption of decentralized music,
Right?
Like, because nobody had been selling their mixtapes for that much, and it's like, why would he ever? No, you weren't buying music. You were buying him. You were buying the
support
brand.
of it to make sure like,
him.
well, I paid $100. I really rock with Nipsey.
Exactly.
Like,
and you were buying way more than a mixtape.
Facts.
You were buying his mind and what he would roll out as an artist. Huge. That's huge.
Right.
So that was back then. Like, so now that power is in all of, all artists' hands right now, especially on an independent level, to be able to
do the same thing.
do the same
Copy the same
thing.
blueprint.
Copy the same blueprint. And Web3, music NFTs, it makes it so, like, it's like, because it's like, why not allow my fans to buy into? Imagine if we could have invested in Rihanna or Beyonce at the beginnings of their career. Look at,
it's like stocks.
Yeah,
sure.
like imagine, and those are just, they're huge artists, but like, just think about it. We now can invest in the next big artist.
So how can a music artist, an upcoming music artist, make themselves like an NFT or have people buy into them?
If it's a lot for them to handle, they can partner with other groups. There's ChillRx, there's Royal, who are making it, easier for independent artists to put their music out. If they have like, any following or any marketing budget, just as we were talking about with Darlene, like, they can create this platform, their website to roll out their mint, what they want to offer, how many of the shares. They can go back and look at, Tory Lanez. Meek Mill, I think, is in the midst of I think he said he's going to roll out his next project that way. And I remember on Twitter or something, he said, hey, all my fans, go get a MetaMask, because that's going to be how you have to get my music. So he was dropping some alpha on, like...
How did Kanye just did this last album? It was
Kanye. Oh, man. My guy. I love him, by the way. Yeah. So essentially, he did the same thing. He took control of the release, the music, how it would be released, down to how it even going to be listened to.
Right.
With his player. I got one of his players, too, by the way. And he loaded that up. He created a platform on the website, USB Connect. You download that information onto your player. You can Bluetooth listen. You can put it on your headphones and listen. The player, I think, was $200. Essentially, you got the album, but you got the player.
Player too.
The value.
Can you listen to other music?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yep, you can download any music onto it, and then it'll split it into the stems.
Okay.
Visionary stuff, like just insane. What this is what we're talking about: ideas going to work and being implemented on the level that the artist sees them being implemented on. Because you can sit with your label or whatever, and you can explain and say, "Oh, I want to do this," and they're like, "What?"
Yeah,
that sounds crazy, or that's going to be insane to roll out, or that's not going to, who's going to, everybody's listening to their music on Apple or Spotify. it's always more than one way to achieve something.
Yeah.
And, you know, the saying goes, if you build it, they will come. That's like one of the most truest statements ever. People are just looking for things to do.
Especially the newest thing to do and be the first up on it.
Yes. And so blockchain, Web3, all of the non-fungible tokens, aka NFTs, NFT music, NFT film, man, it's a whole new world of how we're gonna get and receive this information. Everybody knows content is king right now, so it's all about putting that content, you know, in one place which is now on the blockchain, where, you know, enthusiasts can come in and get it, share it, spread it around, you know, and do it that way. So eventually I'm going to come back on here, we're going to have a step-by-step breakdown, or maybe we just shoot a side video and you can have that. We'll do a step-by-step of how you go about doing all this. And this is on, you know, other YouTube channels too, but we can put it on yours, to where we're step by step and showing everybody what it is, because it does sound like a bunch of information, but it's everybody can do it. That's the thing about the blockchain and NFTs. Everybody can do it. 10 years old, 100 years old. If they can hold the phone.
You got me about them making 70 million in 2 days, whatever.
That's the thing. It's decentralized. There's kids 13, 14 making. I followed a kid on Twitter. He said, yo, I don't know what to do. I'm 13. I just made $100,000 of NFT. And it was like, boy, get your butt in this house. You know, like, it was like, what? But that's decentralized business. Oh, you know, if a 13-year-old wants to, he can't even get a job. I mean, you know, besides being under the table, that's out now. That is out now. Like, you got the internet, you got the blockchain. It's for everyone. And the power of that.
There's no ceiling to it.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. It's really crazy when you think about it, but it is powerful. And I read something where they said artists are the new athletes. Digital artists are the new athletes. Well, we know why they're saying that. Athletes get paid millions and millions of dollars for their talents. You know what they used to say? Starving artists. That's what they used to call it, didn't it? Mm-hmm. Not no more. Not no more. They said now they're the new athletes. They have the power now to create these digital pieces of artwork and give them, you know, this value and put them out there on the marketplace. And they don't have to be like ashamed or, you know, none of that stuff. Like, they try to make artists feel crazy, or, you know, they look at the art, oh, that's ugly, or, you know, we heard all that stuff before. Right. None of that even matters now. Like, if you build it, they'll come. People are hungry to be a part of the community.
But it's not necessarily just art. It can work for any type of type of field. It
can be, listen, the NBA, like I said, AMC, JP Morgan Chase, Diesel, Gap, they all, yes. Forbes yesterday rolled out an NFT collection. This is not, you guys, it's happening. It's happening. So these big business, they're waking up and they're like, oh, all right, hold on. 13-year-old just hey, somebody get legal on the phone. You know, like, let's figure out how to do this. And you guys, it's new. It's fairly new. Some people, though, I talked to, they've been doing NFTs and stuff. They said 2015 and all of that type of stuff. But it's like, it's still, those people were extremely early. We're still early. You know what I mean? But, I mean, we're early and in the idea of it all. Again, just think of just the beginning of the internet. Y'all, I'm not going to talk about how old I am, but y'all,
when the internet first came, that was far-fetched. Like, nah, they came in the phone books. I remember the AOL came in the phone books. You had a new version every other week.
Yes. And you had to, and it made all that noise. All that noise it made.
On that little bitty CD.
Yeah, so remember that. Remember that.
And look where it's at now. It's on your phone.
Look where we are now.
Crazy. Yeah, I believe you.
This is how early we are to the space.
But all this information, this should be overwhelming. I know, for especially like our culture. Like, you know what I mean? They be sounding like Chinese.
We always be the last to know, like, things that are going on. You know, they said the government had the internet way long before we got it. The people are the last to know. Well, in this case, it's the same, but we've got more control of it once we have the information.
Right.
You know what I mean? Once you have the information, now it's all on you.
It's up to you.
Yeah. And that's the difference. So, Done by Darlene is coming. Your digital wearables are happening. I'm going to roll out something. I'm going to roll out 100. Y'all going to be sick of me rolling out something. I'm going to be trying to figure out. Because this is the thing, how I got so involved in this. Like a person that has like so many ideas, this was like a bad thing to find out. Because it was like, like the first few nights I was losing sleep. Like, oh, shoot, we could do this. Then we could do this. Then we could do. And they had to be, girl, calm down. Like, you can do it all, but one thing at a time. Yeah. But yeah, somebody who has like lots of ideas, if you're an author, if you're a filmmaker, shoot, if you do hair, there's no limit on this. Because people, I mean, first of all, shout out to the hairstylist. My aunt does hair, she's doing hair all her life, 30, 40 years of hair. And I used to watch her transform. People come in with a busted head, and I used to be like, oh, girl, what's she going to do with that? It's art. It's all art. Nobody... You're an artist, you know what I mean? And now you can translate that art down into something, you know. The thing about hair, you know, like that's a physical thing, like tangible. You shampoo the hair, you curl the hair, you do all that. Now you can take that and digitize. You can digitize it. One of the things you'll notice when you start going into the metaverse or you create an avatar, you're gonna see those hairstyles, and you'll be like, "Oh, girl, they just giving me this one sorry little bun." Then your mind is gonna be, "Let me give it an artist who can give us some better options for hair." Y'all, that was $1 million. If you're listening, that's to me. You know, just that type thing.
And you can be the first hairstylist to jump down on it.
Yeah, like no, and there's some. There'll be no. There's some.
I mean, it might be, but
no. This is the thing. It don't. What one man can do, another man can do. You're gonna have different options. Nobody's gonna do it like you. So it won't matter. There's gonna anything we can have in this world. They'll take place in the metaverse. And you can translate it down to, you know, a non-fungible token or a limited digital asset. It's branding. It's marketing. It's sharing your art with the world in a different way. That's what this is, and that's why it's such a big thing. And you know, even the normal people who say, "Oh, well, you know, I don't really have a talent, or I'm not really good at things." A, that's wrong, but B, okay, you don't have any talent. Do you have a finger? Click on and buy into somebody else's talent then. You know, and it'll be that easy to do too. Just do your research on, you know, like I said, things that speak to you, and that you would like to be, you know, a part of and give an opinion to. Because once you're in these NFT communities, that's what they are. I can tell you, Discord is a app that allows you to share information with a large group of people. I'm ashamed to say, like, I'm in like 500 Discord groups. Like, look at all of these groups, and some of these I'm just being nosy about, but a lot of these I hold an NFT to, and this is where they roll information out about their NFT. Like, they'll say, "Hey, we're having a Twitter Spaces," or "Come listen to."
That's what I was gonna ask. Where are you getting, like, how do you know they're rolling out these new NFTs? Is there a website? Where do I need to go to see this stuff?
Darlene with all the good questions, because I'm skipping over a lot of stuff, and Darlene is willing us back in. There are a lot of websites.
Okay.
Twitter is your biggest resource.
Okay,
if you just put on, you got to get back on. Girl, I had to get back on it too.
I mean, I still have my Twitter account, but it's not really, that active on it.
Same way with me. I told you, December was the first time I had signed into my Twitter since 2009.
Okay, let me get in.
But it's very absolute that you get on there, because that's where a lot of the first information is being rolled out. There's NFT calendar. There's rarity.tools. There's NFT Go. There's so many websites, and all of these places, accounts are on Twitter, that you can go that roll out different things. I like to use Nextdrop.
I'm gonna put the websites on the link.
Yeah, I'll show you all the links. I'll send you all. And yeah, they have calendars of drops that are coming out about these NFTs and where you can find them. YouTube is the next best source. And you find Matt's Crypto, he covers things really well. DAP University is a channel I like to watch that talk about NFTs, the Metaverse.
I see my boy Gary V.
Gary V. Gary V.
Look,
he just wrote yesterday.
I'm going to tell you what Gary V. And he said this about a lot of stuff Gary V be knowing he talking about. He said this about the sporting cards. I had to go back with my old basketball, football cards. Mm-hmm. I got a homeboy right now. I think I might bring him on. This man made like 200,000 just off cards. Like, now that's a big thing. And Gary Vee said that like years ago, like this card is coming back. Drake just pulled a Michael Jordan card worth like $1 million or something.
You see what I mean? And now imagine that now, Top Shop, the big card manufacturer, NFTs. They just rolled out. The NFTs, digital now. So the physical pieces, and now it's digital on the blockchain. Absolutely. NBA just rolled out.
The NFT?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There won't be an industry that this doesn't touch. It's just going to be reinvented. Like the car, VV, Disney digital collectibles, Marvel digital collectibles. My dad used to be very much so into it still is, into comic books. Mm-hmm. All of that's digital now. Digital comic books start at $6.99 a price, turn into $40,000 based on the ones that you mint. You know what I mean? These digital collectibles, they're still very much so alive. You guys, there is a NFT drop. It hasn't happened yet. It's going to be connected to a DAO, which a DAO is just another word for company, but a decentralized autonomous organization. Guess what they're going to do? They're getting ready to bring Blockbuster back.
Oh.
They're getting ready to bring Blockbuster. There's one lone Blockbuster. There's one lone Blockbuster left.
Oh, yeah, I've seen a documentary on it.
And they are in talks to purchase it and purchase the trademarking of it to be able to use the name Blockbuster DAO. And they want to make it, guess what? A digital streaming
It's going to be like Netflix, though.
Mm. When that happens, because we're deep in, I'm in the Discord. I'm going to mint the NFT when it comes out. Look at what everybody would have said for all intents and purposes. Blockbuster's dead. They missed their calling. Netflix wanted to buy them.
They did
and
then partnership.
But now look, Netflix is losing subscribers, and here Blockbuster. Here comes Blockbuster. Back. Look at the world, topsy turvy in a good way. Like we said, endless possibilities, things. Man, impossible seemingly things. That people would have never thought about are now coming to life via Web3 and the blockchain and NFTs.
I'm trying to get back on my Twitter.
She's trying to go now.
Darlene, don't get locked out permanent.
Do I need to start a new Twitter, or do I need to go back to the old Twitter?
I think you can use your old account. You know what's so funny?
The password.
Well, maybe will it give you the option to reset? Because I'm telling you, I did the same thing, girl. I'm telling you. From 2009 all the way to December 2021, I hadn't been on Twitter, and I had to dust off, find my old account.
Yeah,
I had to say hello. Is everybody still here? And they're there. They're on Twitter. Man, the
I'm
NFT
not gonna
community.
lie, I went back on Twitter, and it's so funny. Like, it's so entertaining, man. It's like it's so.
And let me
funny,
tell you, Black Twitter has been a riot, but now NFT Twitter is insane, yo. It's insane because it's a bunch of people whose mindset. And
then they expanded the characters. Now you can say it'd be. I ain't gonna lie, it'd be funny. Like it really be funny. Like, folks be saying some crazy stuff on Twitter. Bro.
On my phone it says I have a password, but the password ain't showing up, so I don't know.
It's
and
really
I don't even
crazy.
want to start over.
My boy Elon just came and bought it.
Yeah, that's.
We need to get in these circles where we buying these companies.
I ain't gonna lie, I used to be
tweeting about
everything.
Let me tell you, once you get back on, it's like riding a bike, I guess. You're gonna get back on, and you're gonna be right back on because they're there. The community's there, and people are sitting there hanging on to every word, especially in the NFT space. And it's everybody's like building each other up and tearing each other down, like laughing at each other, like who just had to open their Twitter again, Darlene. Yeah, and like it's just this community of minds that are like, yo, we about to take over, and this is the way. I think it was kind of like, you know, like
I gotta get on
Instagram
my last tweet was.
I think it was fate that Elon came in and gets, you know, I mean,
when Instagram came for sure.
Yeah, that's saying Instagram came
even when
and shifted
Instagram
everybody.
started, I still was tweeting, and it was to the point I was literally
was
tweeting
fresh.
on my computer. It was like you could change the
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
background, the dark or whatever.
Twitter it took me a minute to get to Twitter because one of my roommates in college was on Twitter. I'm like, bro, what is this? Now, it went from like Skype to like all type of stuff. So he went to Twitter. Then when Instagram came, I'm like, bro, it's too much to keep up with. I'm cool, bro. Then Instagram got popping.
Yeah, because Instagram used to just be people
like
posting quotes. And
no, it wasn't even quotes. It was like
back in the
scenery
day.
pictures,
Like
Pinterest. It was kind of like Pinterest.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing.
I remember my sister put me onto Instagram, and I never forget. She came in my room. She was like, "You got an Instagram?" I said, "A who?"
Yeah,
she said, "Instagram.
like,
Everybody get in one. You can post all your pictures there." And I said, "What do you mean?" And she showed me like, you know, the squares and this and that. And I said, "I don't know about that. So what am I showing pictures of?" And she was like, "I mean, anything." And then it was like, okay. I remember signing up, and then I remember like doing like my first Instagram picture, and it was just like, okay.
And it went from
Did
that
I do
to
it right?
Snapchat.
Y'all,
Bye.
listen to what.
But then it's coming back to NFT.
You see what I mean? You see how y'all walked? Y'all went from Skype all the way to
we can take it back we can take it back for Black Planets. You feel me? To MySpace.
So with all that being said, NFTs are here.
That's crazy.
And it's gonna be mainstream. All these y'all, I can't believe y'all just walked us through that timeline. And just remember all of us saying no,
we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
But first of all, we were all coders in the MySpace days.
Oh, for sure.
We were doggone coding.
We had the code.
With the glitter, all type
of. You had the code to put your friends, the top 5 friends, to put your background on there, the song on there.
We were engineers, you guys. What happened to us?
I don't know, because I don't know nothing about none of that. Okay,
that's fact.
No, for real. We
that's
had to
real
literally
fact. Now that I'm thinking about it,
put the code into if you wanted your little your screensaver to move and stuff.
Yeah. So with all that, NFTs, the blockchain, that's
really
coming.
was.
And really look, Google how you get that. Like you might see somebody this stuff spin around. How you do that?
And all you do
is he like, oh, copy paste this. Oh, girl,
it wasn't
stop
Google.
it. Where's Jeeves? Ooh,
where is Jeeves?
Let's bring Jeeves back. Like it's just technology, yo. It runs the world, you know. And this is just another door of it opening, and this is going to be a huge door that opens. And I mean, I'm happy to be just at the forefront of it, of just like for me, I feel like I'm always like early to things, but sometimes I just be like, I don't know about that. Yeah. But this, to me, once I started, I was like, oh shoot, I was mesmerized. Yeah.
No, so this is what I want to do as far as this, because
don't start them DM messages.
Oh God, I gotta update my email.
I can see where this is going for sure. Like at first when I heard about it, of course, like anything new, I don't know what that is. I'm cool on it.
Yeah.
But the money these people are making,
I want to know.
I need to know. Like, and I know this is what it's going to. The technology ain't going backwards. We just going forward. So I want to be ahead of the curve. And
even beside, I mean, the money is huge. Like I said, it's definitely money in this space.
No, for sure.
But just the rollout of just what can be done now, technologically, the advancement, we couldn't do a lot of this stuff, years ago. We just didn't have the technology. Now we have it, and it's like you can do anything. Like somebody looking at you can do that. You can make that talk and walk, and you can check. Yep, we can do all of that now with like a push of a button. Now the kids are running the internet. Like the little babies, they know how to unlock the phones. They take the best pictures. They know how to work all of this stuff, and it's like this is where we are in this. Like the youngest mind is grasping the stuff now. So good luck to us. It's definitely like
gotta stay on top of it.
No, I'm going for sure.
And
I definitely want
new.
NFTs with these shirts.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about digital.
I feel like
wearables.
I need a class. Like I can't. I'm such a hands-on learner.
Yes.
With all the talking and all that, it's just I
It's your
hear the
best teacher
first.
right here.
I hear the first few minutes, but then I start to.
Yeah, no, fake. Because you gotta get into it.
See,
We gotta open you a MetaMask wallet, and we'll walk through that, and then that'll hands on. You can do that, and then I'm gonna be honest.
I just got an idea.
I learned.
Guess what we can do?
What can we do?
We can make a workshop here.
Okay.
Y'all can buy tickets. We're gonna sell those as NFTs. Come here. We'll give you the workshop. Let you know how to do the rollout.
I like it.
Listen, that's smart.
Feel me? Wouldn't that make sense?
I mean, that sounds insane. Let's tell
if
the
you got
viewers,
your Oculus, we're gonna make it to where you can put your Oculus on. You can be at home and still come in and get your workshop.
The workshop sounds incredible. Let's see how. Let's put that together for sure. Because I think, like I said, the main thing. People fear things they don't know or understand, and we can make this very understandable. Right. It's people who are using the internet, using your cell phone, if you're doing those daily activities, you can purchase an NFT. You can learn about NFTs.
Create your own.
You can create your own NFTs. You can do it. It doesn't have to be like this foreign thing at all. We can definitely make it very easy. Like I said, it's a lot behind the scenes, but you don't even have to understand all of that to see how it works. Because everybody knows, even with coding, listen, Twitter, that app has been built for years. Ones and zeros. You know what I mean? That's the language. But we don't know that. We just know, let me send a tweet, let me send a picture, let me take a video and post it. So it's the same way with the NFTs. Let's do it. I think definitely. Web3 educational workshop is going to be insane. Hosted by the Leave It on the Table podcast. Ooh, come on,
we can definitely
y'all.
do that.
Look at these bright, beautiful minds.
I'll be there. I want to learn about it. I just I need a class because it just be so much.
No,
it is. It's very overwhelming, but it's very informative. You know, it's information that I do believe that we all need because it is the world is changing and it's about to, we need to be evolving as well. So,
for certain,
I'm so down for the workshop because I will be there because I want to get this information as well because I don't want to be left behind.
In a nutshell, to me, it just feel like a GoFundMe. I mean, you
keep saying
they
that.
buying it because it's.
By the way,
kind of is what it is, but it's not.
Commercial for GoFundMe.
No, it's not.
I keep saying
We don't got no type of sponsors with those people, but it's just like you have an idea of doing something. Some people might have perks. If I was going to do an NFT, I'm definitely going to make a perk, and that what our market is the perk, so you can buy the NFT.
Yeah, and listen, that's one level of it. Like I said, you have art, you have utility, but at the end of the day, it's branding and it's marketing. The reason you're so interested, you're a businessman already. Right. You're a businesswoman already. You have a business. This is another level for your business. The blockchain, NFTs, it's just another offering or level for your business. This is why it is so intriguing. It's intriguing for people that don't have business, that want to support a business or want to invest in a business. It's true that a lot of NFT projects, they'll go down. You'll never hear about them again.
But they get their funding.
But this guy. No, you don't want. They call that in the Web3 world. They call it a rug pull. Very dangerous because people are going to be brought up on charges on that type of stuff soon. This is why you want to keep your community informed, and you want to really have
a solid community,
a solid community, but more a solid vision that you can convey to your community. If you're going to use NFTs to fund your brand,
okay.
Otherwise, like I said, NFTs can be anything. There's plenty of free NFTs. There's, like I said, AMC, they gave some away, that people can hold their value. And like I said, it may be that you just hold this NFT for a month and maybe another surprise happens to come with it down the line. Because that's the way they can share new information, new marketing material, new products can come to market that way, to a certain group of people who hold these NFTs.
And you'll be the exclusive few who get it first.
Exactly. Think of membership. Gary Vee, you mentioned him earlier. He has several. He has V Friends, but he also has Fly Fish Club, which is another NFT that he has that is connected to a restaurant in New York City. And you have to have the NFT to dine at the restaurant. And I think right now, the lowest you can buy into that is maybe 1 or 2 ETH, so like $3,000 to $6,000. And
is the meals free?
I don't know. We should look into it. I'm sure that it's probably a lot that's involved, with it that you know. But listen at this though. Who do you think's going to be in that space?
Big ballers,
businesswomen, businessmen, big ballers, people who you can talk with your vision about.
That's your network though. That can increase your network.
Exactly.
Too.
So it's much bigger than, like I said, NFT and community. That's what we gotta really, understand in that space. If you're gonna use NFT collection to help push your brand or fund something, you really want to have, it's decentralized, but you want your ducks in a row. You want people to, like I said, done by Darlene. She's thought about what she wants to bring to market. She can use an NFT collection to help her do that.
So my question, I don't want to give on what I don't mind sharing my sauce or what I want to do, but I know
you don't have to tell us everything right now.
But I know that other people, like if you tell your ideas, they may have more of a what's the avenue for the money, So it's like they might hit it before I do, but I really want to, I don't want to just sell my products online and I'm just leave it at that. I want to actually
physical. You had
well, yeah, physical. But I'm not online. Instagram. Make it an Instagram thing because I know a lot of people are selling their stuff on Instagram. It's saturated. So me personally, I wanted to sit down with someone and I guess come up with a solid business plan because I want to take it to where they're sold my flat irons, not flat irons, my curling irons and my products. I want to sell them at beauty supply stores, CVS, Target. Yes. I want to do it like that because I don't see a lot of products that's coming out now other than like BB Judy. She took hers to the next level, and that's what I want to do. I want to, because no one's really selling their flat irons in CVS and the hair stores anymore.
Outside
but those
of the companies that's already been established that's selling the same.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying like your EAP Heats or your, the people on your Instagram people. Well, I don't even know the words.
I think the reason why they might do that,
influencers. I want to really take it to. For the everyday woman. The everyday woman is going to the beauty supply store or going to CVS to go buy curling irons or flat irons.
They might be doing it solely on Instagram because they get 100% of what they sell. If you go to distribution, CVS, all these companies get percentage of, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Me personally, I just feel like.
But that'll make your brand,
you know
definitely
what I'm saying?
increase
I
the
feel
brand.
like it'll make it bigger. And then I'm just thinking about the everyday person who don't have $200 to pay for some curling irons or flat irons because I know when I didn't have the money to pay for that, I can go to CVS and buy me some flat irons and curling irons, and they work so good. Like I have some at my shop now that I may use sometimes, and it's just like I want to take it there, I want to sit down with someone who can help me come up with a solid business plan because I don't really know the steps to get the distributions or who to even sit down with to do that.
This is the thing. That's the thing about the beauty of community, because once you've done your drop or whatever, that can be something you take right to the community and say, do I have any brand managers in my community? Send me a DM, email me. Do I have any sales reps in my community? And you just might. And if they're not there, somebody else may know somebody who can say this and that. Of course, you got to, do your vetting process and find somebody that you're comfortable working with, but you may find that person right here. I'm in a couple of different communities where, they do fan art. So it's like the actual, people who are running the project, they don't never have to really lift a finger when it comes to like graphic designs or anything, because the community is so pumped to create all of these graphics for them. Right. That is just like, oh shoot, we don't even got to create our own graphics. They're so invested that they're creating based on, our idea. So and that's still true. I mean, a lot of online business, but there's still brick and mortar. There's still, people still need. Interaction every now and again to get their products across. We still running in and out of Target,
right,
and the other stores. So there's absolutely a space for that. But it all ideas that you can put in your roadmap or business plan, and then bring to your community, and also with your funds you can shoot. When you got the money, you can hire, a proper business manager or somebody who can help you with that. And then you can tell your community, hey, I've hired this brand manager who's really good at this, this, and this. They're going to help us on our journey, so that people know you're working toward the vision. Bored Apes, they worked for the community. Everything they put in place, they may not have even made any grand promises. But when people minted those 8 pictures a year ago, and they got sold out or whatnot, it was like, all right, we got these funds. Now what are we let's show we're the biggest and best NFT out here. We're going to do this, this, and this. And it kind of just took out a life of its own.
Oh, for sure.
So that's the beauty of it. Once you've got people who are invested in you and your vision and idea, then the possibilities, like we keep saying, are just endless. So you can do all of that. You can do, anything that you can think of. I like to say anything is possible. The blockchain, that's the idea now with the blockchain. Anything is possible. The blockchain made that quote. It's like you can come up with it and devise a plan for it, and it can start happening. Ideas are nothing without movement and implementation.
Right.
So you have to have that. That's what's going to set your brand apart from somebody else's brand. That's what these rug pulls who say they're going to do this, this, and this, and then they disappear. Well, they're not implementing their ideas. Their brand doesn't go anywhere. But the person who's implementing their ideas, their brand's going to move forward. That's just how it's going to work. They're going to be in business another year and another year and another year because they're moving their brand forward. So, with the help of their community. It's a lot to unpack, but NFTs, non-fungible tokens, or limited digital assets that can allow you into a membership, a community, a group. You can then resell that for a profit yourself, where you will get, monies, and the original creator will get monies. The music industry, consider it made over. Film and TV, consider it made over. Because just like a music artist can bring it to his fans, so can a director and a writer.
Facts.
They can
Go
say,
straight to it.
They can say, hey.
I don't really want to say that. Never mind.
What? Okay, see, he getting ready to talk about some like OnlyFans stuff or something.
Nah, hell nah. I was about to say what Spike Lee did for one of his films, and it's the same website that I've been saying.
Go. Okay, yeah, and basically
bought it straight to the fans and said, "Hey, man, I'm doing this movie." They funded it, and he shot it.
Imagine if Spike Lee wrote out a NFT collection for his next film. What?
Crazy.
Spike Lee, call me if you're listening.
Crazy.
We can do this.
These old tweets.
Darlene done got back off into off the chain.
From 2017 was the last July 8, 2017 was my last tweet.
But you were on there sooner than I was. I'm telling you, it's so crazy how Twitter has brought. Here we go. The blockchain brought us back to Twitter. Like, I had no idea. But people definitely were, like, the artists are still using
Yeah,
Twitter.
a
Like,
lot of people never stop using
yeah, they never stopped
I
using
always
it.
had it. I just ain't tweet.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't active on it. But now, like, this, yeah. I'm scrolling
I
on
gotta
here
delete
now.
some of these pictures.
It's too late. It's
these
too
my
late.
old
It's
life.
been on there.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and delete those so you don't have
But
to.
nah, it was definitely informal. Some good information. I hope viewers out there kind of get a grasp of what the NFT
Yes,
is
y'all.
and how it works.
Viewers,
And,
I hope I didn't confuse the heck out of y'all, but stay tuned for that workshop
yeah, we're
that's
gonna
going
do
to
a
come.
workshop.
And we can, like, take more, like, one-on-one questions, or if you...
if
you
you're
know,
interested in
yeah.
learning more, please sign up. Can I do it that soon? Make a link. Can we do it? Sign up to the workshop now. Pre-sale
Let's see.
tickets.
Let's
and we're
see
gonna sell the
who's-
tickets as NFTs.
Oh man! Now, if we're doing it like that, we gotta
Oh, yeah, it's gonna
come
take
up
some
with some.
steps.
Yeah, we gotta figure it out. I don't know if we should. Let's make the next one
Okay, cool.
like that. This
Cool,
one should just be a regular, you know.
Get some more
Oh my
information.
Yeah,
goodness!
credit card.
How do I delete some of these pictures?
Okay.
You
This'll
want
be
to
a
tell
good
them anything
time
you
for
got
us
going
to-
on?
Oh yes.
You know what? I don't. You can follow me at Get Your Life Right with Alanna on
Okay.
Instagram. Okay.
Especially if y'all have any questions, you can
Yeah, hit me
on
up, DM me.
Instagram.
I mean, I'm around and I'm still teaching and learning myself. So I'm not out here thinking I'm like,
The
because
guru.
everybody's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh no, you got to monetize this. I will, but
Facts.
it's and not even in that kind of way. I'm just more excited for the possibilities.
What's to come.
Yeah, and I'm just that's what's driving me to learn and to give this information out.
For
You know,
sure.
so but yeah, Get Your Life Right with Alanna on Instagram. Twitter, I am at Cali Speedway. We're gonna put these links
Yeah, I'm definitely putting them
in
on
the
Sorry, yeah,
chat so you can follow. But yeah, and I'm just around here learning more about NFTs, putting out music, and having a good time.
For sure, for sure.
So that's where I'm at. I want to thank the Leave It on the Table podcast for having me.
Definitely appreciate you for coming.
Enough
was-
And it was
very informative.
hella last
Thank
minute.
you. It was last
Hella
minute,
last
but
minute.
I mean, look how it came together.
Yeah, you
we
came
couldn't
through
have
for
we
me.
couldn't have asked for
appreciate it.
better to talk about Web3 and the blockchain. Like this is
For
where
sure,
it's
for
at.
sure.
Thank y'all.
Alanna,
thank
anything
y'all.
you want to tell them what you got going on?
I'm just running a Mother's Day special. You know,
Nice.
Click on my Instagram page and get all the details. But I will be as soon as I learn about these NFTs, I'm gonna be having some stuff rolling out too. 'Cause
Yes.
it's very informative. I
Done
need
by
to
Darlene.
Get on that.
Y'all be ready to jump on that. That's going to be a great opportunity.
Yeah, I really want.
I'm in. So I'm in. I'm gonna be a holder.
What you got going, Smurf?
Nothing major. Getting these clothes out. Oh no. Good news. I just closed on my house, my real estate property.
Can we put the clap
Actually-
sound right here? Like,
Supposed to be today, but it might close tomorrow for sure. But
I know that's right. Let's go.
time for another one.
Because listen, wait a minute.
Time for
You
another
just
one.
purchased a home just
Well,
now.
it wasn't just now. It was like last year. It's a rehab. It's a fix
Oh,
and flip.
listen, it don't matter. What did we just read? Atlanta's no longer affordable. So you got a little change. They just said Atlanta was no longer affordable. So if anybody's out here closing on homes, businesses, property,
for sure.
that's huge. And big ups.
Yeah, time to go look for another one. I really want an apartment complex. Well, not like duplex. Kind of look for. I might go up north.
Listen,
Well,
you can have in real life property and property in that metaverse.
Nah, for sure. We
For
tapping into
sure.
that
Like
next.
that's everything that you do out here, you can clone into the metaverse. But your duplex, your homes, all of that. Y'all, I've done some crazy things in metaverse. I've gone to a job fair. I've gone to a fashion show. They had New York Fashion
Just
Week
seen you was in
there.
the studio.
I went to a studio session. It's
You
happening.
need a hair salon in there. I'm
Web3
telling you, be
is-
first
it's
to do it.
happening.
You better
It's
get.
definitely
to. I'm
happening.
about
I
to
can't wait
learn.
for the workshop. The workshop's gonna be insane.
Nah, we definitely gonna do the workshop. Appreciate y'all for tuning in this week or this episode of Leaving on the Table. I'm Smurf. Got done by Darlene.
And get
Good
your life
friend
right with
Alanna.
Alanna.
Hope this information was valuable to y'all. See y'all next week, man. We out.